People of the internet, it is Thirsty Thursday. What are you doing?
Oh, hey, what's up? We ready?
We're doing the thing. They're
what time is it?
here. Like,
What time is it?
people
Oh.
took people. We're 4 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Look at us.
That could also be my fault.
I'll agree with that statement.
This shit's not gonna happen going forward.
What were you doing?
What? Nothing.
No, what's nothing? Hold it back up. Tony Hawk.
We'll talk about it.
There's a thing to.
Hi, I'm Brendan. Welcome
Brendan.
to Thirsty Thursdays. This is my co-host. Never mind. Yeah.
No, you do the thing. No, starting over. You're doing the whole intro. We're starting over. Ready? Three. I did one. 3. That's 2. 1.
Hi. When? Now? Oh wait, what are we doing? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. Hi, I'm Brendan. That's Mike. Should I be Tony Hawk or Steve Caballero? Never mind.
Always Chad Muska.
Okay.
Always Chad Muska.
Really?
Always
I
Chad
don't know.
Muska. If you're not using your own made skater in Tony Hawk, you're using Tony Hawk or Chad Muska, or you're fucking up.
Did you notice
cool? Okay. At least
Is it me or
cool.
Is it me or did Bam used to be on this game?
He was in the later ones. He's not in 1 or 2. They didn't bring him until I think it was 4, and then he was a huge part of American Wasteland 2. That was the one where
they did a lot of CKY music as well on the soundtrack.
American Wasteland 2. No, was it American Wasteland 2? No, Tony Hawk World Tour 2. I think it was World Tour 2 maybe. It was a second of one of the Tony Hawk series. And essentially it was an episode of Jackass. It was Team Tony Hawk versus Team Bam, and you'd go to all this, and that was the thing too, aside from just complete all the like goals of each individual map. It was also, you have to outscore.
Doesn't that bring back the memory of it? Sorry, I got so excited.
So I have a different path than maybe a lot of people for BAM and CKY and Jackass. Like I knew about the band CKY.
The band first.
Before I knew about Bam Margera, his connection to like CKY, the videos, or like any of that. I had heard the band and I was like, oh, this fucking is sweet. CKY. And then I was like, oh, there's a video. I was like, oh, this is the skateboard video. Kind of.
I had a friend who had all the CKY videos. I knew CKY as the videos, and then somewhere around seeing like 3 or 4, I made the connection that the band is also the same name, and
which is not the most tasteful name. Can't kill yourself. Not the most like tasteful name for your music.
And I became a big fan of him before. Like, I don't know, before like
him Bam or him the band?
Yeah, him the band.
The band him or him Bam?
The band that they brought here and made worse albums than all of the stuff they did. Him is one of the only bands that has ever existed that I can take most of their albums.
This is probably the most sideways out of all of these episodes so far. This is the most, like, we talked about for a half hour before the episode. We lined up everything
between you and I right now.
Yeah,
this is why the ticker's gonna be fun.
Yeah, because it's not gonna be any of it. It's gonna be raw.
Oh, right. It's gonna be fantastic.
All right, so go ahead. Back to your story.
What are you drinking?
You were on a whole story.
Anyway, here's the thing. Here's the thing about him. Brilliant Shadows, Deep Shadows, and Brilliant Highlights. Razorblade Romance. Dark Metal, all of their albums I can listen to start to finish, and there isn't a bad song. That's what that is one of the few bands for me that I can just put everything on random and not have to go, oh, that's terrible. It's like, oh, that is another good one. Valo's voice and range is awesome. I don't know.
So
I was weirdly one of those people who that's like the band that I think is I probably listen to the most.
At that point,
I used their music for shows whenever I could. I would do Razorblade Swallowing, so I used Razorblade Romance.
I don't know if these two groups were opposing, but in my brain it was him and AFI. Like almost like they were like kind of really close. I don't think those two groups were really conflicting. You probably like AFI if you liked early him. But what's funny about that era of like when Bam Margera was like promoting him and like they had the big collaboration, I had so many shirts with a heartogram on them and hoodies and shoes, but didn't know one fucking hymn song just because I worked at Journeys and PacSun in that time period, and all his shit was fucking had Bam's fucking shit on it. So like I had a bunch of stuff that had that fucking shit on it, even though I was like, I don't.
The old heartogram, the modern yin yang.
Because it was like adopted kind of halfway as also kind of being Bam's.
It became a logo on his skate for his boards.
Yeah,
for his boards, it became
hoodies,
a big part of his logo.
Like I had a shirt just a Bam and it had the heartogram. It had no mention of him or Vil Valo at all. It was like an Etnies shirt that just said Bam and had
Valo drew that on a folder when he was in high school as his like yin and yang.
You can tell.
Yeah. Like
it's really crude.
It's a heart and a pentagram.
If you don't know what we're talking about, look up heartogram. Oh wait, hold on. 5, 4. It's disappointing, isn't it?
It's probably got one around here somewhere.
You probably got one around here somewhere. What does that mean? You're gonna like light one on fire in the background of the scene behind the scars. You're gonna move. You have to set this up one day. You're gonna have
whenever
to move
shit gets sad for me,
and then
I light a burning heartogram. Yeah, when shit gets sad, I light a burning heartogram and I sit in the middle of it and cry while writing poetry about ex-girlfriends and shit.
Saying it can't rain all the time. It can't rain all the time.
And every now and then, like, you know what? This is a good time to turn on Green Day's Boulevard. I walk a lonely. Anyway,
why'd you go that late in the Green Day catalog? Really? That's the Green Day you go to?
I'm not going for Green Day based on Green Day. I'm going on a sad, depressing song that someone would listen to.
And in the end, it's like that's in the same vein.
That's still happy. Something unpredictable. It's not. I walk a lonely road. He's not real happy about. Why
you still did that though? You made it work.
Dogging that lonely road.
It worked on the beat. Raw dogging the lonely road. Hold on, okay.
I did not say that. I said jogging.
We're almost 10 minutes in. We can
God damn! I have not had a drink yet. I wait for this day of the week to have a drink. Look at you already drinking.
This is water. This is water. This is water.
Yeah, right.
That's water.
All right.
All right. So what are you drinking? I'm gonna flip it around.
Are we starting with beer or a drink?
Let's have beer.
Beer? Perfect. You want to guess what it is? Sweetwater 420. That's what we're having today.
That was the easiest game we've ever played.
You want to guess Sweetwater? Fantastic.
You want to guess what I'm drinking? Mad Tree Rounding Third. Red India Pale.
Rounding Third. Hey, baseball season. That's the Mad Tree. For those of you that don't know, that's a Cincinnati Reds
today on
tribute.
fucking guessing beers. It looks like so. What a good baseball reference. Hold on, let me pour this in the glass.
How good was the show? Well, they were sober enough that they knew what they were drinking. We were able to name our own beers.
They named the
beers
show in the first 10 minutes, and then they were gone.
Yep.
Cheers.
Yep, that's great. Cheers. I'm sticking with the can for now. I've got a glassware for when we break out the mezcal.
Oh, I've also got this. This is one of those like. I think I got this with when you and I were somewhere. You probably have this same glass somewhere in your.
Did you say you're a dork? Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Did you slice oranges and sprinkle them with seasoning, preparing to drink some more shortly? I'm a dork. Anyway, continue.
I like how you call it seasoning.
I do recognize that little glass.
Sprinkle them with seasoning. Now, I also have this
light dusting of agave worms. God, that smell, that aroma is just awesome.
A light dusting.
Smoke. Well, I prefer a heavier dusting.
I used to get quite the dusting, but
you know what? I mean, there's going to be a shot segment later. We'll get to that. I'm going to go ahead and pour my mezcal because I want one of those oranges right now.
well, if that's what we're doing.
I'm going to sip on it.
Well, if that's what we're doing, we'll pour some whiskey out of the old.
This show is devolving into watch these guys just sit and.
That was honestly the premise when you and I talked about what are we going to do for this new show.
Well, yeah, but this one right now feels like it's just let's race to see if we can get shit faced. I've never been like I've never been halfway through a beer and start popping the mezcal, and that's not going to happen.
All right.
We're going to talk about things, I think. So yeah. Oh, what are you sipping on? Oh, that's your dad decanter, right?
Yeah, I think that's Evan Williams White Label, 100 proof. It's been so long.
Nice.
I mean, this has been.
Hello, Bernie lovers.
Yeah.
I saw a decanter, and I'm not really a big. I suddenly want a decanter. I saw one the other day.
Okay.
And I put it in my Amazon wish list, and I have a feeling it'll be making an appearance on the show at some point, maybe a month out from now. Maybe it'll be a birthday present to myself.
Like
it's very
inexpensive.
No. Stormtrooper helmet.
Did I miss the part in our friendship where I learned that you were a big Star Wars fan? Is this
Maybe.
new? How long would you say
You used to be until that 1 year that you decided not to watch Rogue One because I told you to watch Rogue One and you became a dick about it.
When was I a huge Star Wars
fan? The year that Rogue One was coming out and you were like, yeah, I might check it out. All of a sudden you didn't care anymore.
I didn't watch it. No, it's not that I didn't care. It wasn't when I boycotted Lucas or anything like that. I just didn't care about that movie.
I don't know why. I absolutely love the Star Wars. Like, there is just something about everything about it. I don't know. Even the new Jedi Survivor game and
okay, someone. Okay, I'm an adult. I'm a full-grown adult. I'm my age, 40, about to be 41 in like a week and a half. So, I get out of like Matrix goo. I just detach from the machine. I pull the plug out of my head. And I'm slide out of the goo. Now I'm naked in fucking your like little weird mushroom city. We're hanging out. I have to watch one.
I don't want you to be naked near my mushroom.
Okay, I got a robe on now. I put a robe on. I'm sitting down on a bench.
Wait, you want to talk about something? I have a 10-disc Matrix set just for the first three movies.
You know what Matrix
I love
is
the
great?
Matrix too.
You know what Matrix is great? This show has no pathway. We're already bald. Hold on. If this is hold on. Let's write down. Let's write down everything we're going to talk about. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so when it comes to Matrix movies, what are your thoughts on the Animatrix? Have you seen it?
I love the Animatrix.
Fantastic.
That was part of the disc set that I had. The one of the boy at the school from the second movie. Yeah, one of the 10 discs was just the Animatrixes all together. So it was each movie, a behind the scenes movie, behind the scenes movie, behind the scenes. Then there was an Animatrix. There was a thoughts on. There was like a whole documentary about could we really be living in a Matrix type thing.
Those of you saying what the fuck is an Animatrix? We're over 10 minutes. Those of you saying what the fuck is an Animatrix right now? Imagine a disc set that's an anthology, so a bunch of small stories that aren't necessarily connected, but they are all involving tertiary characters or completely ancillary characters in the Matrix universe. I think it gets so close.
If you saw the movie,
one of the stories does have Trinity in it, like as kind of as a character for like half of it, I think. All the way to like one of the stories has nobody, and it's a bunch of kids. Isn't there one like one's just a bunch of kids running around through the Matrix discovering stuff randomly?
The ones that really stand out to me that I remember, I think there's a two-parter that everybody should watch, and it is how the Matrix began, like how we went from our world,
so next
which
year,
started with
2025,
which started with AI. and basically an AI uprising of it had feelings, and there was a court case, and it's amazing to watch the way that the whole thing took over because it was an AI that killed its master to protect itself, and then there was a court case. But there's an amazing, like, it's how the world becomes the Matrix and why people are plugged in and what it all means, and it would make the movie make a lot more sense to people. The other one that's interesting is there's a boy in the second movie that always greets Neo in Zion. And that boy and the way that he unplugged from the system was well, it sounds terrible to say like a suicide, but he unplugged from the system by dropping off the top of his school and having faith that he was gonna
That's one
be
way to
unplugged.
do it.
Yeah. So it was just, the animatrixes were very cool, and they were shot in a very crazy anime style, as you can tell, or by the name. So
Yeah, and different styles of anime. It doesn't all look like one thing. Like it's all like some of them are very clean, like artistically, like beautifully drawn, and some are like kind of scratchy and harsh artwork.
Yeah.
A little bit more kind of staticky looking. So the anime.
Okay, so wait, what was this leading to? You were just unplugged from the machine.
Hold on, we talked. Okay, I was. It's the Matrix.
Shit.
Okay, it's the. It's,
went
I
from
got it.
Star
I got
Wars
it. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I'm gonna bring the shit back in. So, I'm some like goo dude, just unplugged from the Matrix. I'm new in the real world. I was living in a fake, weird, fucked up world. You gotta show me one Star Wars thing to intro me to Star Wars. Here's the thing you need to watch to understand the Star Wars universe and why you should watch it. What's the first thing you give somebody? I think I have my own answer, but I want to know yours.
It might depend on the age of the person.
40. Me. Literally me. 40-year-old dude. Half his life already behind him.
Can that one thing be a season of a series?
Yeah, like here's the starting point. Here's the first piece of the universe you need to watch. You could say, like, I'm gonna use an example.
Because to me nowadays,
Star
Wars isn't all lightsabers and shit. And I would say maybe start with The Mandalorian.
See that?
The
pisses me off
Mandalorian.
as an old man.
What's that?
That pisses me off as an old man.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like the attention and the way that it's shot and the way Jon Favreau did it, if you loved the original three, I think The Mandalorian nails it. If you're somebody who likes a war movie, if you're not there for lightsabers and space travel, I think Rogue One is just a killer fucking story. And if you've seen the first movie ever, Rogue One is one of the best things ever because it completely ties into that. That Rogue One is for people who loved the original A New Hope. Mandalorian is for people who love the original 3. The newest movies, maybe for the younger generation. I like moments of them.
If I was 15 or younger,
yeah.
100% watch A New Hope.
I like moments of...
Not A New Hope. What's the...
Force Awakens and Rise of the Skywalker. Yeah. There's things I love about that. I think that Poe as a fighter, starfighter pilot is great. Again, we're going back to my love of the fighter pilots and the things like that.
Poe is the guy played by Oscar Isaac?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
He's really good in there.
Apocalypse.
I think Adam Driver as Kylo Ren isn't bad. There's some pouty emo vibes at times that piss me off, but there's certain parts of his character that are fantastic.
He's in that interesting, weird part of his career where he's done a lot of interesting movie choices to where the fact that he's Kylo Ren was kind of always getting smacked with the idea that like, oh, you were the guy from that show Girls. You were in that whatever movie that was where he said really racist things, like he yells like there's some movie, it's out there in like memes where like there's some movie where he plays a character who just yells the N-word or something like that from what I've understood. So like He's always had like these
I only
other
knew him as
movies
Kylo Ren, and I
butting
think
up
he's in
against his
some.
Kylo Ren career.
He's in some Driver movie now, isn't he, or something? Or
Couldn't tell you.
I thought there was some like racing movie. I know his last name.
Oh
Was
no!
Driver,
Yes. A1 like F
It was
F1.
like a Formula
A1.
One.
I
or
said
FIA.
A1. I said
A1.
A1.
Yeah, it's a movie
It's the
about
story.
steak sauce.
It's the story of steak sauce.
The story of steak sauce.
Dude, they did the Pop-Tart movie, which is fantastic. Unfrosted on Netflix. Watch Unfrosted on Netflix. Dude, no, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
I still need to see Sausage Party.
Never watched that. No interest in it. But no, Unfrosted is Jerry Seinfeld, not Nikki Glazer. Kind of like Nikki Glazer, but a little bit. Amy Schumer.
Do not compare Amy Schumer and Nikki Glazer.
So
I do not like Amy Schumer. Nikki Glazer is hilarious.
Okay. So Amy Schumer, Jerry Seinfeld, Hugh Grant, and a bunch of other people. Fucking hilarious goddamn. Shit. Alyssa
Milano?
No. Ooh, wouldn't that be rad? Is she still around?
I don't know.
First off, it's Alyssa Milano. There wasn't.
Is that what you just said?
No, I said Melissa.
Oh, Melissa. Oh, Melissa McCarthy?
Yes! Exactly.
She's hilarious. Melissa McCarthy is one of the funniest people on this planet.
About
like,
a quarter of the way in the movie, she becomes Jerry Seinfeld's like number 2. And it's just most of the movie is just it's them just fucking riffing off of each other. You have to watch that movie. Watch Unfrosted. You will like it. He's over here eating oranges with bug salt.
Agave worm salt.
It's made with bugs. It's bugs.
Smoked paprika, sea salt. Good bugs. Stuff. Smoked chilies. And
oranges with bugs on it.
Ground up agave worms.
Ground up agave bugs.
With some dried chilies and things like that and salt and
I'm sure. Yeah. I say that in a joking manner. I'm sure it's fucking delicious. I think I've had it once with you. It's fine. So ultimately, you never said what are you zeroing in on Star Wars? What are you giving somebody?
I would say depending on age, like if you're someone who loves A New Hope and stuff. Oh well, then again, you're saying it's the first thing they've ever seen.
We jumped into like an Adam Driver conversation for a moment, so we got to zero back in on what.
I mean, you remember when we had the big long discussion about why I love this and compare this to it's Kurosawa's Samurai in space. It's George Lucas loved Kurosawa and basically made a samurai western in space. Yeah. I mean, the Jedi comes from the Jedi Geki, which were the guys who like. We've done this before. I've bored you with this before. I don't know. It might be the man. It's Empire Strikes Back, Rogue One, or The Mandalorian. That's where I would say to start. Or the single episode of The Mandalorian called The Jedi.
Okay.
Because that gives you the Mandalorian Western badassness of this story, but you also get to see some of the coolest Jedi lightsaber and Force shit ever from Ahsoka. But yeah, I don't know. That's the way I can't put it all on one. It's in that category of those. It's not the first 3. It's not 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. We're talking about it's 4, 5, The Mandalorian, or that one episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian.
So just 4 or 5. You're excluding 6. You're excluding Return of the Jedi. If you're watching
one movie, I wouldn't go Return of the Jedi. If you're watching one movie, it's Empire.
Empire is my favorite, but I don't think that's the one I would give somebody to give them the full scope of like an intro. Like here's the appetizer for the universe.
Battles, you get a little bit of the machinery battle, you get a little bit of the space, you get a little bit of Yoda.
You wouldn't understand the first 30 minutes. You wouldn't understand the first half hour. when they're on
No,
Hoth.
I think you could do good on.
Who's this lady?
Okay, so
Who's this
you're asking
guy?
me a
Why
trick
are they
question.
kissing? Why is the guy frozen? What's that thing? Is that bear gonna come back? Why is that bear nice to him?
So you're
Why does that
asking me
bear
a trick
go?
question. Okay, no. Let me rephrase all this the way that you just did. You're asking me a trick question. If I come out of the goo and I'm a goo man and I said, "Hey, teach me the alphabet," where would you start?
F.
You'd start with fucking A.
F.
So if I'm answering your question, no, you're not starting with F. Fuck off. If I'm
Empire's
answering your
not
question
the
the way
A.
you wanted me to answer it, start at the beginning,
If the
dipshit.
Star Wars universe isn't an alphabet.
Start at the beginning,
Empire's not
Answer your
A. What are you
question.
talking about? Then Empire's not
What's
the
that?
start.
I know, New Hope. That's what I mean. That's what you want.
Fair.
That's the answer you want.
It's not the answer I want. It's an answer that makes sense.
You wasted so much time.
Empire
to
doesn't
have
make
me
sense
say
as an answer.
The beginning.
Empire doesn't make sense as an answer. You could have said that. I'll give you the Mandalorian, because that's like a different universe. That's like a different start. There he goes. There he goes. He's been doing this for a while. He's got one. Correct?
No. I stole this off some kid outside, beat his ass.
Perfect.
I look badass fighting an 8-year-old. I want you to know that. Like, I can kick the shit out of an 8-year-old. Also, 360 Indy. Heel flip.
So those of you with more in your 401k than us might be asking yourself the question, what is he doing? What does he have in his hand? Tell me what you got.
So, let me first say, I'm a guy who's had Xboxes and PlayStations and things like that. I had a Nintendo back in the day. I started with a Commodore 64. I thought the Nintendo Switch was going to be... Yeah,
Nintendo was my
I thought the
first
Nintendo Switch was going to be a kiddie thing. Childish.
Define it. Give me an example of like what would be on it to make it a kiddie thing. What would be on there? What would not be on there?
If I'm not mistaken, when it started, it didn't have the capability to run some of the things that I care about. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but for me to be able to, let me explain the Nintendo Switch real quick. For those of you who are familiar with the Wii, there's your Wii controllers. That's me bowling. That's me doing volleyball and tennis and stuff like that. Exactly. You got yours there. Or you snap it on and now you got a handheld. Or you put this down on the table and you got a screen and you play with the controllers. Or slide them in here. Or go home to your TV and slide it into the dock and all of a sudden it's on your TV. And I always was, and because it's Nintendo, now you can play all your old Mario. So I've been doing Mario 1 and Mario 2. You and I played Dr. Mario against each other. Do you think when they invented the Nintendo, they thought back in the day when they were making Mario 1 that someday somebody's going to be playing this on a TV, grab the console itself, unplug it, walk to the bathroom, and play on the toilet, go back in the living room, plug it in, and it's back on the TV? The magic of it's a pretty miraculous system. Like that, I sat this up board in a room the other day with the little screen and just did some bowling and some tennis and shit like that. And it's shocking how much I have found that this system is really for everybody. Oh, here's another one. You have 2 players. You don't have a second controller. You turn them this way.
They've thought of everything.
This is player
people.
1. This is player 2. Your buttons are there. They literally thought of everything.
And
it's the most user-friendly, family-friendly system. I've seen videos of families doing bowling night.
You can also have your own controllers. They make a bunch of separate controllers. Like if you don't want to take any of those things off, like I'm going to be doing, and just want to have a controller, you can have that. I don't have them up here, but they also have the retro controllers because part of the online gimmick is you can play it on Nintendo, Super Nintendo. We'll talk about that in a sec. But
Sega Genesis.
You have you can get the retro controllers that connect to the fucking thing. So my thing is this. I've had one since like 2019, and it's not much. I've been going through one for a while, but I've been playing.
Well, no. That's an interesting point that you bring up because it did just break a 34-year record of being the longest-lasting console without a replacement. what's awesome about this, I mean, so many consoles you get, and then 2 years later, boom, here's the new one. Boom, here's the new one. This has been out since 2017, I believe.
I believe so.
And they're still making everything for it. They don't have any plans for Switch 2 yet. They are going to announce something in the future here, but it's still a ways out from the moment they announce it. Like, I play my FC Soccer on here. I was doing Euro finals.
I'm about to get that. That way,
I was playing FC Cincinnati on here and doing soccer. What else do we have? The Assassin's Creed Ezio collection. That's a classic. Nintendo Sports, the Mario Kart and Mario Party. Now, as you see, there's a little pattern on mine. I got the Diablo Special Edition that some guy was selling just because he said, I don't play it anymore. And I don't know if he stole it from somebody or not, but he seemed like a nice kid, and all his reviews on Facebook Marketplace were really, really good. And the deal I got was Oh, you know what else I found?
So I have that as well.
Night Trap. I haven't messed with it yet.
It's so much fun, but you're going to remember, you're going to have to remind yourself you're playing a
terrible video game.
A great video game. A great fucking game.
No, it's a great game. The video quality and what you're playing. I mean, I know where you're kind of going with this.
My buddy Tyler made that remake, so I have to be very kind. But I not have to be, but I'm going to be, because it's very well made. But you have to remember, you're playing what was a Sega CD game.
Seriously, people, Mario.
Really
you remember Mario?
Controls.
Yeah.
So
I never really had a Sega CD. My friend had a Sega CD, Mike. I just had the Genesis, and I was completely fine with the Genesis. I never really cared too much for a lot of it, and then I didn't have a Dreamcast. But it's fun to go back now. Like, I never got that far on Super Mario 2. I didn't have the I don't have the attention span now, but like some of the. So, why were we so mean to children? You get 3 lives, and this shit's going to be difficult. This shit's hard. The games we're playing now, I mean, yeah, you're fighting. Oh, you get another. No, you only got 3 lives, and you had to start the whole damn game over. Like, old games were cruel, man.
That builds character.
And points.
That builds character. You need
God.
You need to get killed by a dumb little goblin in a 2D
Goomba.
game.
And
whatever.
Koopa Troopa.
Like, if you're playing Kid Icarus and it's a goblin, you're playing Super Mario and it's a Goomba, you're playing Ghost and Goblins and it's a skeleton, you need to get your ass killed really easily by some fucking little bitch character to build your character. You have to understand that video games are not meant to be easy. That's the thing. Like, that's why I like Elden Ring, and we'll go back to Switch. I'm going to hold this for 1 second. That's why I like Elden Ring. It's not easy.
No, you're good.
It's not easy. It's hard as a motherfucker, and you have to really fucking try in this game. That's what I love about these old school games. And that, when I pull my Switch up, I've got my list sorted by how much have I played it. And yeah, there's the main, like the newer Mario games, because I play those with all the family. But when I start going past that, it's the Nintendo and NES system.
The old classics.
Old Resident Evil, old Tony Hawk, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, Sega, the original Doom, Night Trap, Windjammers, Doom 64, Castlevania Collection. The fact that, for me, that's the selling point for this system is they have the license.
Yeah.
It's like WWE to pro wrestling. I'm not going to get in the AEW argument right now, but like AEW, you can love them as much as you want. They can't show me Hulk Hogan. They can't show me WrestleMania 3. They don't own any of that footage. Nobody else has access to Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda. All of these, like, so many modern video games are great, but these are the ones that survive the test of time, no matter fucking.
Bob has apparently played Elden Ring, I guess. Yeah, from his comment. Okay. I've only heard about the tragedies of Elden Ring and the amount that it pisses people off.
It is okay, so
that video I sent you the other day pretty much covered about what role am I playing, the victim.
Stick a red hot poker in your eye and then make a video game about it, and then make it something that you charge people $69.99 for. That's Elden Ring. Hey, you want to pay a full video game price, a AAA video game price, to feel like you don't know how to play video games. To feel like you don't know how fucking video games work. I don't. What's bad? No, like no. You'll be walking in Elden Ring and it's like, oh, let me see what's over here. What's this little? Oh, that's a gigantic crawfish. Dead.
Yeah.
Because it'll look at
and the
something,
fact
look
that,
at
like,
you and go,
Bob the other
die.
Day, yeah, let's talk about. Okay, see, it just keeps coming to me more and more things with the Switch. You don't even have to have an internet connection. If I'm in the same building with you, they just recognize each other, and boom, we're racing against each other. Bob and I sat side by side the other day. He had his. We jumped into the same race.
Yep.
I mean, all three of us. How easy was it for us to get in the same race the other day? And it's great for, you know what? I was saying this about like my nephews and niece and stuff like that. Like, this is a great system because nobody's sending you messages. There's no way to message people and say, hey, fuck you, man.
My
like,
daughter has
it doesn't
one,
exist.
and I don't have to worry about that with her.
You don't have to worry about anybody.
Fuck you bitch. Like, nobody's going to say to my kid on here.
The only way you're getting my friend code is this crazy number I have to give you, or a QR code and stuff like that.
And none of the games have that open chat where you're like in Call of Duty on a PlayStation, you're just running around, you hear somebody say something super awful.
Yeah. There's no open chats. There's no way to communicate. You're communicating it through 4 emoji, like smile, sad, surprise. Like, that's kind of like the way I do it. In
Mario Party, there's just like stickers that you put up with like, no way. Whoa! Congrats! Oh no! They're just the most basic reactions. Nothing that could ever be construed as like somebody's harassing you or bothering you, which is a wonderful thing to think about. From like, I have a 15-year-old daughter who has one. She can play the fuck out of the thing. I'm not worried about anything happening because it's kind of designed, like you said, where a kid can be on there and not have to worry about shit.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell my that's what I was telling my sister-in-law the other day, because my nephews have had one, and they've always told me, like, we gotta do something. Like, they would tell me about Mario Kart. Like, I remember the first time I played one was in the basement at your old place, and you just unhooked it from the TV, sat up the little screen on the table, and then gave me one of the half controllers to hold like this, and we did Mario Kart. And I'm like, it's just brilliant. It's easy. It's easy for, like, it's the equivalent of the modern board game if there's multiple people in the room. I mean, the Jackbox Party Pack on here, you've got all your board games and shit like that.
There are games you can play touchscreen on here as well, like a board game where you can move like chess.
Yeah,
I think, do I still have?
I've noticed the touchscreen capabilities. I haven't used it in a game yet, and my thing that's crazy to me though that I don't like. Let me tell you this, Nintendo. Let's talk about the environment and using plastics. The box that the video games come in is how big, Mike?
Oh, it was
the box
very
that
large.
the games come in. It's about like this big.
Oh, the
how
games.
Big are the games?
I thought you meant the system. No, the games come in a very
it's so
very
pointless that there's a box. You open this box and all that's in it is this. No instruction, nothing. It's just a little card in the middle of a big box. It's so weird. But
I will say,
it's brilliant.
I do think the Nintendo Switch, as you're saying, is the most bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
Video game system. You would ask me about, because you and I are both very familiar with Xbox Game Pass. Wonderful service. We both have a PlayStation, so we have PlayStation Plus. Yeah, PlayStation Plus.
Yes.
Both of those kind of have here's free games every month, and here's a library of games. It's kind of rotating. Most of them are in there, but a few leave, a few add.
Game Pass has consistently and always been the best of the subscription services, just for, like, you get day one releases. But when it comes to classics, or you want to give somebody like the controller and them go, oh my God, I haven't played, and so, or the fact that even side by side, I know through reading and things like that, you're not competing against an Xbox Series X or a PS5. If I'm playing FC24 on a Switch on the big screen versus an Xbox or a PlayStation on the big screen, it can't compete. It doesn't have the same graphical capabilities. But it's still... Are you playing guitar? See, things like that. What the hell is that game? Or is that just a guitar simulator?
I just bought a guitar on here.
Okay, that's crazy. Speaking of simulator, how's that for a segue? You know what's crazy? Oh. Is that Metallica?
It's one of the only songs I know to
was
play
that
on guitar.
Metallica?
It was. Hold on.
You mean?
Hold on. This is riveting internet television. Y'all.
Yeah, this is fantastic, Mike. Give it to us.
Oh, hold on. No. I don't know. I got nothing beyond that. I got nothing beyond that.
That was good though.
But that's the thing. That's why this thing is so fucking fun. It's just let me back out of the guitar thing. That way it doesn't keep making noise. That's why this thing is so much fun though, is because it's games that you love as a kid, but it also has a lot of silly elements. My daughter has Dance Dance Revolution on this, which means we can grab the Switch controllers and we're doing dance moves and all this stuff. You are constantly messaging me about how you're playing Switch bowling or tennis or golf or things like that.
I have hit the pro level of fencing. I am really good one-on-one with my parries.
The pro level of fencing? You've got a good parry? You got a good parry?
Well, it's move. I'm level E. You go up from there, but you go for a while, and then they're finally like, okay, now you're in the tiers where you're taking on ranked peep in your rankings. My bowling, I'm pretty good. My golf, I'm pretty good. Volleyball, I'm getting better. I finally learned to be. I'm a real good defender in volleyball. I'm the guy that'll block on the front of the net for you. And I got my little me that looks exactly like me without a hat on. I just got a bald little red bearded guy wearing Ray-Bans.
Mine's just the default. I never made one. I just started playing.
Oh, you got to. You got to. We said simulator a second ago, and I realized something this week. Like it's so easy now with like the downloading of games. I don't get a lot of cartridges. Maybe with this I will, or discs or anything. But while looking through the marketplace the other day, I've come to this realization that the word simulator is in so many fucking games now. Like one of your favorites, Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, and I love me some Power Wash Simulator.
I started looking online, and I found just some crazy ones. And even this list from PC Mag of some of the most obscure ones, like Bee Simulator. You're simulating the life of a bee. The Bus. The name says it all. You take the streets of Berlin aboard an omnibus. You're a bus driver in Berlin.
Pause.
Yep.
So the name doesn't say it all. First and foremost, the bus does not say. I love how the review is the name says it all, because what's the first sentence it says after the name says it all?
Okay, well now that I'm looking at this, there isn't as many that say. Okay, we'll go back to the simulator. Car Mechanic Simulator, City Simulator.
Just a city?
Euro Truck Simulator. Ever wanted to kick back, relax, and hit the virtual road? Euro Truck Simulator offers exactly that, charging you with driving from point A to B across the European continent.
What is it like? Here, go from Ireland to Germany. Drive, motherfucker. Like, okay, like, I guess you have to maintain the truck.
You'll earn less if you pick up scratches and damages along the way, so do not get distracted by the beautiful scenery. You can purchase garages, upgrade your trucks, and hire drivers to drive for your company.
Do you have to stop for gas and like to use the bathroom and stuff?
Here's a great line. A vehicle simulator in its truest sense, Euro Truck Simulator is not for the high-speed thrill seekers, as you can imagine. You're meant to follow the rules of the road.
You're in the wrong place, baby. If you want some movement, fuck off. This is the wrong space.
Farming Simulator.
Oh, one of my favorites.
It is very popular.
Some farming simulator.
The machinery, you can manage your farm.
It falls. I don't know if it is perfectly, but for me, it feels like this term I heard when I was watching videos: cozy games. Not necessarily games about competing and like achieving the highest level, but just these very small actions that are just kind of repetitive, but accomplish large goals over time. Things like I love the idea of like when they tell you like just like thresh all this corn or whatever you do with the corn, where you get the thing and you take all the corn.
Yep.
I don't know the fucking terms. I never fucking know. Hang on a farm.
Harvest.
But, like, harvest the corn. There you go. Harvest the corn. Oh, it's turnip season. Get the gimmick and turn.
Hey, Mike, open that fucking window. I feel like you haven't been outside lately.
Oh, I literally have a farm right behind my house.
Yeah.
But couldn't tell you much about a farm.
I want you to come out and hang out at the farm in the woods with me, and we'll ride around in the Retriever. And I want you to come out and just hang out in nature with me. Let's set up the hammock. And
that sounds like the end of my life for some reason or for some
house flipper simulator.
House flipper simulator. Oh my God! These people dutied on the walls. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Level 1, cleaning poopy off the walls. PC building simulator. This one's nuts to me.
You can flip a house.
Oh.
Or you can build a PC. Could you imagine those like two games on the same shelf right next to each other? Do I want to clean poopy? Yeah,
you can play a video game of building a PC that you would build your dream video games on. Pizza simulator. Virtual restaurant.
Okay, I was gonna say, are you a pizza?
No. Speaking simulator.
You mean talking to people?
Like some kind of horrific mashup of Octodad and QWOP, whatever that is. Speaking simulator challenges you to behave normally. This should be easy because you're definitely not a robot trying to blend in with humanity. You definitely do not have a mechanical head that's barely capable of producing speech. If you enjoy the challenge of hitting the right button with your tongue, you can take the Speaking Simulator Mobile on Nintendo Switch. Look up Speaking Simulator, Mike.
I'm looking this up on the Switch right now. Let's do this.
Trains Railroad Simulator, if you just want to drive a train instead. Workshop Simulator. If you've ever watched ASMR restoration videos online, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be restoring furniture and shit like that. Flight Simulator, of course, that's very popular.
Hold on. I bet the restoration simulator has...
It might be cool.
I bet that has a following. I bet there's a lot of people that, like, for that... My brain goes to, like, a story of somebody who's like, I used to refurbish things with my dad, and now my dad's no longer with me, so now I play this game, and I feel like I'm hanging out with my dad. So this game's $20. I found Speaking Simulator.
Speaking Simulator's $20.
Oh, this is weird. Look at this. Hold on. It's like...
Yeah, I know. That was the picture I just saw too.
It's a very bizarre... Like...
Are you ready for the fast version, bud?
Yeah.
I got you now. Safety Driving Simulator, Safety Driving Simulator Motorbike, Ski World Simulator, Professional Farmer Simulator, Tow Truck Simulator, Airport Simulator, Airport Fire Department Simulator, Firefighter Simulator. There's a specific airport fire department simulator.
How active? That's not very reassuring. that it's so active they made a video game.
There's 3.
You know,
Airport Fire Department Simulator.
Airport Fire.
What about Plant Fire Department? There's Plant Fire Department, the simulator.
Like smoking a J?
I don't know if it's a plant or like a power plant.
Oh,
Driving School Simulator. Agriculture Simulator.
Hold on. Hold on. Back up. Driving School
Simulator. $9.99 on Steam. Buckle up, adjust your mirrors. Choose between driving a traditional car, bus, truck, and prepare to navigate the city streets, mountains, New York Taxi Simulator. Buckle up, adjust your mirror, manage 17 different vehicles, landscape, smooth, realistic car handling, 30.
So it's practicing driving.
It says Driving School Simulator. I wish it was have weird like teenagers just that don't know how to drive, and you get to yell at them and break them and shit.
Bobby's mom hits him way too hard when he gets out of the car. Here's Sally. Sally's mom keeps forgetting her lunch. So like, just all these kids where you're just having to deal with all of their bullshit and their parents.
Forestry Simulator, Aviator Bush Pilot Simulator, Heavyweight Transport Simulator, Australian Road Train Simulator, Arctic Trucker Simulator, New York Taxi Simulator,
Oh, I bet
Warehouse.
that's fantastic. New York Taxi Simulator.
Oh
It
God,
literally
it's a lot of
just
honking.
somebody punches
New
the
York
glass for
Bus
like an entire
Simulator.
ride, and then somebody jerks off in the back. That's an entire level. You just have to keep driving while somebody's banging on the glass, and then somebody else
God.
gets in and just jerks off the whole ride.
Warehouse
simulator.
and Logistics Simulator. That might
Oh
be the
my
most
God.
boring game I've ever.
Tina's fired.
Jesus.
We have to let Tina go.
Blaster
warehouse
Simulator. You're a demo guy.
Hold on. Have you ever worked in a warehouse? I'm sure it's a yes.
Kind of. I passed through one at work.
There is nothing exciting.
No. It's Sad Santa's Workshop. That's what we say. It's like if Santa's Workshop was sad. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've worked in plenty. I don't know what video game is coming out of there other than like just keep packing boxes until lunch.
Oh God!
Like just
you got to work out the logistics. The way they make it sound, warehouse and logistics simulator, you're doing the paperwork.
Yeah.
Like, God.
We're 4 hours short on payroll. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna fire Jan? Or are we gonna fire fucking Danny? What are we gonna fucking do?
And this is why I sit in my living room bowling.
We got Goat
Snowcat
Simulator 1,
Simulator,
2, and 3 getting called out in the chat. Goat Simulator.
What's that?
We got
Goat Simulator. I
1,
forgot
2, and
Goat
3.
Simulator, of course. I mean, there are a bunch of them like that too. I mean, just whenever you're on your video game system next, or on your PC, or just on Steam, type in the word simulator, and it'll blow your mind.
And buy a game.
Garbage trucks.
Buy the
funeral simulator.
Buy the first game that shows up when you type simulator.
No, don't do that.
Let's
it's going to be Asshole
money.
Simulator.
Yeah. Asshole. Ooh, hold on. Let's see what the first thing is that pops up when I type simulator.
If you type in simulator, see what the first thing that pops up is.
All right. Let me get back.
You want me to tell them what we're going to play here in a little bit?
Yes, do that.
Okay. It looks like we're going to have a 4-race series on Mario Kart, which I need to get some work in on Mike.
First time I'm hearing this, by the way. Also, like we didn't talk about this part before.
Yes, we did. Are you?
I don't know.
Already? We're gonna do a little Mario Kart, and then we're gonna do a little Mario Party. Wait, what did you find? What's your simulator?
No, you asked a question, and I said maybe.
What question did I ask? Oh yeah, you're drunk. Got it.
The first simulator is Subway Simulator, New Color Train Pack. The second thing, what's the first full game? The first full game is Goat Simulator. Second is Air Flight. Then Supermarket Simulator. A supermarket.
Ooh, nice.
That's only $5.99.
Clean up aisle 5. That's level 1.
Somebody puked on the asparagus. Help! Help! Somebody just help.
You're not using the mic properly. You failed the level.
Truck Simulator. That's what you have to do. You actually have to hold it up and yell into your switch. You have to go, clean up. Somebody rub their butthole on the tomato.
Nope, fail. Immediately it turns off your game. Help! Doesn't work.
It cancels your account. Help! Close.
It's always clean up aisle 5. It's not. If the word butthole comes out, you've already started incorrectly.
You lose if butthole is the first thing that happens in your video game. Hold on. Truck Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, Chef Life, Bus Driving, Farm Tractor, Power Wash. Bum, 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 bum. I'm looking for something that's like, what's the weirdest thing going? An Alchemist Simulator.
Ooh, nice. Most
Grass
games
cutting,
are just a wizard.
Grandma cleaning. Hold on. Do you wash a grandma?
Grandma cleaning simulator.
Grandma cleaning simulator. Do you
you
clean
have
a
to
grandmother?
wash different grandmothers?
Hold on. Grandma cleaning simulator. Family business. Oh, hold
God,
on.
It's a family business of cleaning grandmothers. This one's a big grandma. We're gonna need a hose
It's just called Grandma Simulator. It's about cleaning people's houses and apartments. It's just
What are you
called
doing to your grandma? Why she
Grandma.
gotta clean that?
I think this is what they named the thing. Farming tractor,
Gotcha.
push bus, hunting, gas station. You want to be you want to run a gas station?
There you go.
So, If you want to do something, there's probably a simulator for it. There's actually even Power Wash Simulator has a SpongeBob download. If you want to clean, you want to clean SpongeBob's house. You can clean.
All right.
So I think we're gonna switch over, play some Switch. We're gonna switch over, play some Switch. Before we do that,
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, there was something else too, though, wasn't there? Yeah. But
you got to see a shoe.
Well, no, I was talking about a logo.
Oh, we had so many things planned.
We
jumped in here and we started talking about
a ride.
So this show got so derailed.
We can talk about the shoey next time.
We'll talk about the shoey another day.
We'll keep it going.
So do we tell them?
I mean, do you want? This is all you.
It's not all me. It's two people. There's two in the name. It's not two. No, you can't do that.
Wait, what? Sorry.
There's two.
Yes.
Two.
Aww.
Two.
I lost a life.
Not one, two.
Yes, in the name. Yes, not yes, two in the name.
The
new name.
You tell them.
There's a new name. We're not thirsty anymore. No, you tell them. You've got the picture. I can't activate it. Or do I clap and that happens?
We're doing a thing. And
yeah.
we're eventually gonna not be this name. You see the logo here above my hand? Eventually that's going to go away. We're going to change the name of the show because we feel like Thirsty Thursday is a little constricting. And we want to be able to make sure that we can do something that we can do whenever we want and kind of branch off of from there. So we're going to be actually launching a new show. It's going to be called... Hold on, let me find the thing. Boom! The logo's blocked a little bit because of our pictures. However, let me do this.
Gotcha. Uh-oh. Something's happening.
I'm messing it all up.
I can't wait to see it pop up on the screen here a few minutes later when it's actually like being broadcast. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
There we go. Hold on, we're gonna do that.
It looks like dudes wearing a hat.
Here we go.
With the pictures earlier.
I'm gonna make it. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, now you're gonna kind of. I should have worn that specific one tonight because I do have that specific hat.
There we go.
But yes.
Now I figured it out.
Wearing hats.
So we're going to be actually switching everything up. We're going to be changing the name of the show. We are going to be changing it to Two Dudes Wearing Hats because we are two dudes wearing hats. It's kind of a play on the idea of podcast names where everybody tries to think of a clever name. So we didn't, and we're not going to. But it's going to be more of this. We're going to talk more about it in the next few weeks, but be on the lookout for that sometime this late summer, fall. We'll be bringing
we're gonna have a
longer show every week to you with more things. Oh, there we go. You might have muted yourself.
I did mute myself.
You did mute yourself.
But yes, new show. Yay. New things.
We'll figure out the mute button before the new show.
For sure. All right, we starting with Mario Kart.
Yep, we're going to close this out, y'all. We'll see you here in a little bit on the same YouTube channel. We'll be playing some Switch, going from there. So it's been Thirsty Thursday. I'm Mike.
I'm Brendan.
Make sure you follow him on @thatdudenamed Brendan. Follow me on @thatdudenamed Mike. Be on the lookout for Two Dudes Wearing Hats.
Oh, wait, it's down below me.
TDWH.com. Coming soon. It doesn't exist yet, but it will exist soon.
It's coming.
We'll see you soon, y'all.